Do you believe they, meaning the Trump regime, will do the same in Cuba, Mexico, and even Greenland? I'm incredibly stressed about this. I'm afraid it's going to lead to total collapse of the world order, whatever that may mean. Okay, first off, I just want to say, what good does it do any of us to panic over this? What good does it do any of us to be incredibly stressed out? All it does is shut down our ability to organize and resist. All it does is put us into a state of paralysis, put us into a state of heightened emotions where the regime can more easily manipulate and control us with their propaganda. So I understand that this is a stressful time. Emotion regulation skills, super, super important here, folks. We have to stay functional. I am not somebody who can see into the future. I don't know what's going to happen next. I do know that the United States of America is being run by a fragile, aging narcissist with decreased cognitive abilities, that there are craven, cruel, awful men bent on a white supremacist agenda driving a lot of what he does. I do know that we are experiencing the logical conclusion of late-stage capitalism, where corporations, billionaires, CEOs are driving a lot of what is happening right now. I do know that at any point in time, the United States Congress could step in and stop all of this. I think that's a point that we've got to keep pushing over and over again. We can focus a lot of our anger at Donald Trump and what he's doing. Cool, Congress is the most powerful branch of government, and they could check him at any point in time. They could stop all of this immediately. Every Republican, every corporate Democrat who is failing to stop this, please understand, they know full well that they could end all of this, and they are actively choosing not to. With that context in mind, and with this question, do you believe that they will do the same to Cuba, Mexico, and even Greenland? I'd like to show you some clips from today and late yesterday. Also, as you watch them, please understand that Donald Trump is a pathological liar, and a lot of what he says is complete word salad. So I know people tend to take what comes out of his mouth as gospel truth. I would encourage you not to do that, but I also think that these clips are worth watching. So here we go.
We need Greenland for national security.
This is today.
Not for minerals. We have so many sites for minerals and oil and everything. We have more oil than any other country in the world. We need Greenland for national security. And if you take a look at
Mr. President, Colombian President Gustavo Petro, a couple weeks ago, he said he's got to watch his ass.
He does have to watch his ass.
Mr. President, why is running a country in South America America first?
Well, I think it is because we want to surround ourselves with good neighbors. And I think Cuba is going to be something we'll end up talking about.
Was this operation a message that you're sending to Mexico, to Claudia Sheinbaum, the president there?
The drugs, and they come in through the southern border, mostly the southern border. Plenty come in through Canada, too, by the way. Something's going to have to be done with Mexico.
This morning, President Trump was pretty clear yesterday. He said the United States is going to run Venezuela. Under what legal authority?
Well, first of all, what's going to happen here is that we have a quarantine on their oil. That means their economy will not be able to move forward until the conditions that are in the national interest of the United States and the interest of the Venezuelan people are met. And that's what we intend to do. So that leverage remains. That leverage is ongoing. And we expect that it's going to lead to results here. We're hopeful that it does. Positive results for the people of Venezuela, but ultimately, most importantly for us, in the national interest of the United States. We will no longer have, hopefully, as we move forward here, we'll set the conditions so that we no longer have in our hemisphere a Venezuela that's the crossroads for many of our adversaries around the world, including Iran and Hezbollah, is no longer sending us drug gangs, is no longer sending us drug boats, is no longer a narco-trafficking paradise for all those drugs coming out of Colombia to go in through the Caribbean and towards the United States. And obviously, we want a better future for the people of Venezuela. We want them to have an oil industry where the wealth goes to the people, not to a handful of corrupt individuals and stolen by, pirates all over the world. That's what we're working towards, and we intend to use the leverage we have to help achieve that.
Let me ask the question again. What is the legal authority for the United States to be running Venezuela?
Well, I explained to you what our goals are and how we're going to use the leverage to make it happen. As far as what our legal authority is on the quarantine, I'm very simple. We have court orders. These are sanctioned boats, and we get orders from courts to go after and seize these sanctions. So I don't know, is a court not a legal authority?
So is the United States running Venezuela right now?
Well, I've explained once again, I'll do it one more time. What we are running is the direction that this is going to move moving forward. And that is, we have leverage. This leverage we are using and we intend to use. We started using already. You can see where they are running out of storage capacity. In a few weeks, they're going to have to start pumping oil unless they make changes. And that leverage that we have with the armada of boats that are currently positioned allow us to seize any sanctioned boats coming into or out of Venezuela, loaded with oil or on its way in to pick up oil, and we can pick and choose which ones we go after. We have court orders for each one. That will continue to be in place until the people who have control over the levers of power in that country make changes that are not just in the interest of the people of Venezuela, but are in the interest of the United States and the things that we care.
I just want to remind you that Marco Rubio was confirmed in a vote 99-0. Even Bernie Sanders voted to confirm Marco Rubio. Even both of my senators voted to confirm Marco Rubio because they said they were showing deference for their former colleague from the Senate. Weird. A lot of us knew what kind of monster he was going to be. A lot of us were outraged at this vote. And I know that there are senators who have expressed their regret, who thought that this was business as usual. The fact that any Democratic senator at any point in the last year voted for a single goddamn thing that Donald Trump wanted, and they continue to do it. They continue to vote for things that Donald Trump wants. They didn't learn their lesson with Marco Rubio. They keep doing it. I understand why Republicans keep doing it. It's very telling to me that there are Democrats in the Senate and also in the House who keep voting for things that Donald Trump wants to have happen. And they're, yeah, okay, sorry, back to the point at hand. So, are they going to invade these other countries? Well, they want you to think that they're going to. They want you to think that they are going to and that nobody can stop them, even though Congress could stop them at any time. We, the people, could organize and take to the streets. We could engage in labor stoppages. We could do those heavy lifts we haven't done until now, and we could stop all of this shit. But also, I think it's interesting the way that Trump yesterday and also Rubio today were like really overt, saying that this is about oil. This is about the oil and gas company and corporate interest getting access. And I think a lot of people have been surprised about that, but they shouldn't be, because this regime from day one has been about enriching billionaires. It's been about removing protections for workers and the planet, making sure that corporations are more free than they have ever been to exploit us. It's been all about the graft and the corruption. It's all about giving billions of our dollars in government, our tax dollars in government contracts to all of these corporations. Like the way that fascism is working in 2025 and 2026 America is this nice little kissy with late stage capitalism. They are currently working together in a way that I think ultimately is going to blow up in their faces. But right now, all of this fashy shit is being driven by late stage capitalism. This, to me, I see this as a logical conclusion to the last 40, 50 years of our history and the failure of government to check the way that corporations have been empowered more than the people. Let's not forget, the power lies with us. We have an opportunity to take it back. Just because the regime is acting like they're all big and they're all powerful and they can do whatever they want, just because they're acting like corporations have more power than us. Look at what happened with the Disney boycott, right? Like, the people still have more power. It's just that we're struggling to come together and organize that power in like a really cohesive, effective way. And we've got to get a lot better at that. Again, very, very quickly. I don't actually think it's useful to spend our time biting our fingernails and agonizing about whether there will be a total collapse of world order. What does that even mean? It's not even useful to speculate about what that means. That's just a good way to get into a doom spiral and to be paralyzed and not take any action. And we, the people, have got to act. We have to push those elected officials who are potentially able to be our allies, who are useful tools that we can leverage. We have to start pulling all of the other levers to organize and effectively get control of the situation. We have the power. We have lent that power to our elected officials, and they are doing a shit-ass job of governing on our behalf. So we have to take our power back and exercise it in ways to restore our democracy and to end this madness. I don't really think speculating about worst case scenarios is helpful. I think we have to focus on what we have to do to organize to stop this rather than worrying about what they are blustering about doing, what they are threatening to do. I think what we do is far more important, and we got to get busy.